Okay, so the next thing we're going to try is a little bit smoother skinned creature. We're going to take a look at a tree frog, and again, just try to keep in mind that a sketch is, yeah, you want to do your best, but it's a sketch. It's just a place to practice your fast drawing and practice new media, um, play with colors, try to get an idea of how you're going to put something together. So this sketch may be imperfect, but that's all right for what we're doing. When we go to make our final, that's when we really stress about, is it all perfect? This is a red-eyed tree frog. They're very tiny frogs. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but they are like thumbnail size. They're really small. And they're insanely brightly colored. Beautiful little animals. But all of their colors are what we call, well, not all of them. They actually have one complementary, but they have a lot of blue-green and blue-green mixes on them, which are called analogous colors. Colors that are very close to one another on the color wheel. Tiny forearms, or upper arms rather, and very big lower forearms. And then they have little suckers on their feet. But don't get stuck with, this drawing isn't perfect. It's not supposed to be right now. We're just doing a fast. Yeah, we're working on our accuracy, but it's not the most important thing right now. So for now, just worry about getting this kind of put together. And then we're going to start, and as always, start with the lightest color, which they have a really white belly. And so we're going to just go in and lay out this very white underside. Pretty much goes just on the inside of their shoulder, bottom of their lip, pretty much all the way down to their butt. And again, I've drawn these lines darker than you want to. I drew them so you could see them, but they will show through if you're working with really light colors. I'm also going to put on a few of the shines. So like there's a shine that goes down the center of the arm. Frogs are a very wet animal. Their skin is kind of clammy. And so there's a lot of shiny surfaces on them. And then I'm going to start looking at the reflected colors, and I'm just going to work I'm going to start with some of the oranges because they've got some orangey colors down in here in their belly. And he's sitting on a leaf, which is sort of green. So I'm going to pull a little bit. I think I'm going to use the light green though. So I'm going to use that lighter green and pull it down in this area, lower part of his belly. And they do have a fairly dark shade of blue on them, and so I'm going to pull some of these blues. I think I'm going to even use a little of that darker blue in your set, that sort of violet blue. And maybe a little red. And then I'm going to go back with my white, and I'm going to burnish, and I'm going to blend. I do have whites, replacement whites, and a few replacements of other colors as we might need them. This underside of his chin's picking up a lot of shadow. We're just burnishing it out, blending it out. His eyes are kind of a mix, and I'd probably do it in 3 stages, because right around the iris there's this bright yellow, or right around the pupil rather, and then he's got kind of an orangey red. So if I want it to be kind of orangey, I need to put the orange down, because the red that's in these pastel sets is what we call a blued red. It's got a little bit of blue shades in it, versus one that would have more orange shades in it. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is use that red and sort of burnish. Now I can take my white, since I put that yellow down first, and I can go right back in and pull my yellow outside. That yellow halo, whatever you want to call it, that goes around the pupil. I'm going to use a little of this yellow in his skin in some places where I want to keep it lighter. You always work in layers. And I'm going to use a little bit of the blue where I want a few shadows.